course, when you see us, that means that we are yet on another adventure.
Yeah.
Tall. Enjoying it? Alright.
That's a charity. Makula likes. Makula in there. What have you eaten today, ma'am? Ugali and sukuma wiki.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
Must say the space is pretty good.
Thank you.
You know, they can relax and enjoy themselves.
Yeah.
And also health-wise, very.
Do they eat well? They.
Yeah.
Nyumbani Children's Home is an organization that cares and supports children who are living with HIV and AIDS. It was begun in 1992 by Father Angelo D'Agostino. He passed on in 2006, and currently we have Sister Mary Owens, who is our executive director. Nyumbani receives children from all over Kenya, and the children are children who have been left behind because they are living with HIV and AIDS. They have a medical condition. And these are children who are orphans, abandoned, and most of them will end up being very sick because of lack of care and support. So Nyumbani essentially came up for that rescue to support them. When the children come here, we do fasting to check their medical background. We do a test in our laboratory. We have a very elaborate diagnostic laboratory that we are able to ascertain their HIV status. And once we know their status, then we know what is essential for this particular child. Some children will come in HIV positive, malnourished, and they need immediate care. So we embark on nutritional support. And our nutritional support, of course, is food, basically food from like the organic farming products, fresh vegetables, fresh fruits, cows' fresh milk from our farm, which is not far from here. And specialized monitoring as they feed, especially they'll have maybe 3 meals per day, monitored very closely by the nutritionist. They have at least 3 meals. They have nice breakfast, porridge.
Okay.
Then they have, normally they'll have bread or mandazi.
Yeah.
And then at 10 they'll have a cup of tea.
Yeah.
With biscuits or a snack. And then lunch, like today you hear they've had ugali and sukuma wiki, which is from the farm.
Yes.
You know, not necessarily from the market, but from the farm, right from the farm.
Yeah, fresh.
And then this afternoon they'll have a glass of milk. And we have our own dairy farm where we have a few cows, so we milk our cows.
Yeah.
And that's the milk they have this afternoon at 4. Every child will have a glass of milk.
Yeah.
Right, fresh, not spoiled. You know?
Very, very
So, and then they'll have dinner. Dinner tonight is what? Rice and dengue. Dengue is lentils, which is quite also nutritional. Other children will come in with psychological issues, so then we'll impact on counseling, and specialized person will come in to counsel them and support them. Others will come in, maybe they just need love and care, and you know, and food. So then we focus on really reaching out to them and embracing them and supporting them in that care. And eventually, within 3 months, you realize these children have improved. When you take their weight from the beginning, when they come in, and you take it after 3 months, you see they have improved very fast in their growth and development. Some come in with maybe milestones, but within a period of time, you'll see they have developed into normal growth and development. And once they're here, of course, we support them to reach a level of stabilization.
Yeah.
And stabilization means that they have eaten well, they have taken their antiretroviral drugs, which are specialized medicine for HIV positive people, and also psychosocial support. We're really like welcoming them. They have enough ground for them to play around. They have a spacious place to sleep. They have enough people to reach out to them so that they are able to feel accepted. And then we send them to school.
Yeah.
We start our school program within the compound.
Okay.
And within that period of 1 year, we reorient them to schooling. And then we send them to public primary schools.
Yeah.
And once they're in public primary schools, they would go there in the morning. And then we take them a hot meal. They would rather have our meal from here than have a meal at school, because again, our meal is monitored meal, as I said, farm produce, which is basically organic farming, and fresh fruits from the market, which is basically monitored. So that's why we prefer to take the meals to the school so that they feed well.
Yeah.
And then they'll come back in the evening. When they go to high school, they would go to different public secondary schools. And again, we give them an additional funds to enable the school to give them a packet of milk in the school, because we can't reach whichever school they are in. But we give them an additional support to get maybe some extra feeding. Most of the children attend colleges, and in colleges we send them to colleges around Nairobi where we can monitor them and make sure that they are actually taking care of their medical concerns, and also making sure that they're eating well. When they finish college, we work on discharging them from the program, where we do an exit program, where they would move out to their own living, own accommodation. And in that case, again, we have a support system, what we call aftercare, to make sure that our nutritionist guides them in what kind of menu they're going to eat as they are staying on their own. We also have a medical person guiding them on what kind of access to medication, access to the nearest hospital, access to the nearest comprehensive care centers where they can access their medicine. So we monitor the children throughout in their care. We have a community-based program called Layer Toto. And Layer Toto supports children who are living in the resource-poor areas of Nairobi. We have about 3,500 children who live with their relatives. Again, these are orphans who have lost their parents, but they have extended family members. These children don't access the holistic care that we give in this home, but they would get access to medical care, the ARVs, through our Layer Toto staff. They also get education, where they are supported in their school going and college. And those who need food, we give them a food ration. We are able to get a package of food for them. Again, essential foods. And then we have large-scale farming. We plant our own, we have greenhouses where we grow in our vegetables and onions and tomatoes. And we are able to harvest to feed these children in the village, and even they sell here. And they'll have variety like what is on the farm. They'll have variety. The farm you have seen here is a replicate of the village. In fact, it is the village current farm, where we have extended what we do in the bigger village in Kitui. We use natural water. We have water pans, so during the rain season we collect water, and that's the water that we use for irrigation to make sure that we get the farm produce. We plant maize, we plant beans, and other natural vegetables and crops that we plant in Kitui, and we're able to utilize that. So in most cases, Kitui, they really acknowledge organic farming. We have even biogas that we are now using at the moment. We use solar. There is no electricity, so we have solar system of heating. We don't have any plastics. When you go to the village, you go with a bottle of plastic, they'll tell you no, leave it at the gate, because it's really natural, friendly environment that we have developed. And the children grow very well. They have enough food. They never starve. They go to school. They pass very well, and they go to continue to high school, college, and then they get into jobs. So Nyumbani focuses on that. Focuses on the village, the home here, and the community. Basically, to make sure that all these children who are orphans and abandoned because of HIV would grow in one way or another.
Okay, interesting. Because you mentioned about that, and you can see you have a clear sense of doing things. For example, children can come here when their very early years and go all through the way into, when they're adults and get out. So there's a clear support system. So how does one become part of this family? What criteria do you use to bring in children in your family? And in total, how many are you?
So when the organization was begun by Father Angelo D'Agostino, he sought approvals from all over. He sought approval from the Ministry of Health because we were dealing with health issues.
Yeah.
He sought approval from the government because we are starting up an organization that would support pediatric intervention for HIV positive children.
Yeah.
And he sought approval from the community around. So when the home was established, people knew that Nyumbani is specifically for children who are special, who need care, who need medical intervention. So the system we use is that we use a referral system. People refer children to us. Initially it was from the Kenyatta National Hospital, where Kenyatta Hospital will refer the children who are testing positive to Nyumbani. Okay. And then we also got from other hospitals like Gertrude Children's Hospital, the babies who are testing positive would be referred to us. And when they come here, we do, of course, we have a laboratory, a very elaborate laboratory that we're able to test them and make sure that they are actually children who need this facility. Tell us what you do here. Yes, Sister Susan. It's quality assurance.
Yeah, I deal with quality, but basically the lab is a diagnostic laboratory. So we test samples from various places. We have samples from our children, and we also test samples for other hospitals and the labs that refer their samples to us.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and we have different tests that we do. We have from basic or routine tests to more specialized tests.
Okay.
Yes, I have friends to interrupt. That's an interlude. In total right now, I have 123 children living here. And they stay in groups of 14 per house, a small family from the youngest to the oldest. And then I have the 3,500 in the slums of Nairobi and the 1,100 grandparents in the village. So you'll see that we are actually reaching 4,500 that we are supporting.
Family,
it's a bigger family. And they don't just stay, they come in and move out. We have very less mortality rate. Why? Because they eat well, they access the ARVs, and they're able to be supported. So we have very little, very few. In fact, for the past 5 years, we have had no death in the home. So we really, not even 10 years, because we used to lose children because there was no access to ARVs. When all of them accessed ARVs, they're living longer and enjoying good health.
So, and then in terms of when we see you in your activities, you know, pretty much farming is at the core of most of the things you do, because you in Kitui you've also invested in farming. When we're talking about your current organic farm, there's also a bit of farming. Even here, you have different gardens. So how important is it, especially organic farming, into your system and what you do?
There are two things. One, it's always good to feed the children on natural food from the organic farm without any additional item. And that's very much approved, very much monitored, and it has been proven that when you feed the children on what has just come from the farm, it's very important. We feed them on fresh milk from our cows, vegetables from our farm in Karen. Number two, the home and the organization relies on donations from friends and well-wishers. So our organic farm produces enough food that we are able even to send to the market. Especially the current farm, we send the produce to the nearest market and we sell. And that money comes in to support the children for other supplies and pay the staff and make sure that we are moving on very well. That money also is cycled back to run the farm itself. So as much as we work on and rely on donations, we also aim at being self-sustained. And farming, especially in the village, is a component of self-sustainability. The farming that we have in Karen is part of moving towards that self-sustaining. The small garden I have here, where we plant vegetables, sukuma wiki, and the greenhouse for tomatoes. When I'm harvesting, I don't need to go to the market. I have enough that will save me 4,000 per week towards the children, and that's really a great support.
Yeah. So it's part of it's actually at the core of what you do here. And when we look at also in terms of what you've got here, sustainability is also at the core of what you're doing. For example, you're using solar, solar panels to heat your water.
And installing the solar water heaters was one way of just really cutting down the cost on electricity and really making sure that it's energy saved. Even our cooking, of course, we try our level best. We use gas in that case. We also tried others. We tried solar cooking. We had solar cookers, but with mass cooking, you can't use the solar cooking systems. But we tried that. So we try as much as possible to really sustain ourselves naturally and cutting down from overuse of other energies.
In terms of feeding now, in terms of the children feeding on organic food, will you say it has created some sort of good impact to their health?
Oh yeah. I mean, if you monitor a child who came in 3 months ago, within a period of, our target is within 3 months that child should have woken up, walking and moving about. But you'll find that it doesn't really even reach 3 months. Within 2 months, that young baby is already moving around, happy, ready to go to school. So we see the impact. We take the weight of the child at the entry, and then within 1 month, and then the second month and the third month, and you'll see progression. You'll see very good progression. Naturally, the young people are more healthier than even ourselves who are staff. Why? Because they eat very well. In addition to the ARVs they take, they eat very well. The feeding is very good. We have 3 meals. We have breakfast, and mostly they'll have porridge from Wimby. They would have an egg, or occasionally twice in a week. They have milk, a glass of milk, such a time at 3 p.m. Lunch, they may have ugali with vegetables, kumawiki, cabbages, again carrots in addition. And then supper, they may have kideri, which is again well cooked with potatoes. Really monitored. We try to keep to that naturalness. Today we had guashe. Guashe is a very strong sweet potato. Is very good. Someone gave us, and so occasionally we buy. And that's very strong in terms of natural food.
Okay. Where would you say you get your money from?
All our funding comes from donors. Over the years, over the past 26 years that we have been in organization, we have relied on donor giving. But also we have evolved into sustainable programs, like we have the diagnostic laboratory, which brings in an income. It serves a community to do diagnostic services, but also gives us some money to take care of the children. And then the farms we have. As I said, we have a farm that gives us milk. So that subsidizes our budget. And then donations of food. Many Kenyans bring here unga, for maize flour for ugali. And really, I've never bought maize flour for all these 25 years. It's the Kenyan community that gives us. And that's really great in terms of really complementing our budget, so that we don't really strain so much on what we get. So then we focus on what is it that we don't have, we've not been given, then we can use the money that we have received from the donors. The construction of the houses and the projects, capital expenditures, we earmark them and ask people, we have this project, would you want to be involved in? And people will get involved, and they will do. That's why it's highly developed. You can see names on the walls. Those are people who have supported us. So funding is basically from donors, but we have also the lab that brings in some support, and then from the farm produce that we do on our farming for our organic farming.
Okay. So as we conclude, what is the main mission of Nyumbani Children's Home? What is that grand vision that you hold for these children?
As much as we support children here, we want to see a society that has mitigated HIV and AIDS impact. And that's our aim. As much as we take the children and bring them here and support them, we really look out more. We look at the community at large. How can we mitigate the impact of HIV and AIDS.
Yeah.
As the scientists struggle to get the cure, ours is to mitigate that by either supporting those who are living with HIV, access to medical care, access to good feeding, and being good citizens of this country.
Okay. So any one message that you would like to sort of tell our viewers out there?
Yeah, I want more people to get involved in organic farming. I think it's a way forward. If all of us can do that, I think we'll have a very healthy nation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sawa. Asante sana.
Thank
Thank you very much for having
Thank
us.
you.
Thank you for creating the time and trying to sort of enhance and tell us what we are all about.
Thank you.
Been a
All the
pleasure.
best.
Well, what an adventure, ladies and gentlemen, we've just had. I mean, that goes ahead to showcase what we are all about, ensuring that you experience that organic magic. So, of course, we hope you have really enjoyed. For us, it's been a wonderful time. So, of course, we continue on our organic quest, and this week we are asking, who are Nyumbani Children's Home? Just like that. So, who are Nyumbani Children's Home? So, if you think you know the answer, leave them in the comments below, and of course we'll be able to pick a winner who will be able to walk away with our organic gift hamper. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, remember to visit our website at organicadventures.org to have a look at the kind of videos that we have, the kind of blogs that we have, and of course listen to our podcasts. So till next time, ladies and gentlemen, be organic.